I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong? Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes. Older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. but
Thank the Wild Ones. That's all I have.
let me introduce myself. My name... Oh, really?
I'm not...
Believe me, Miss...
Look, Miss...
Am I that easy?
That's my job.
I don't use...
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be...
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Thank the Wild Ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning. Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve? That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here. So, this is the part where the interrogation comes. Like in those detective movies.
Something like that, Deborah. Yes. I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach. Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Do you even know what you want?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Featherland. I thought...
What? You come in here, swaying your lovely hips like some kind of femme fatale, make me have a drink with you, and expect me to believe everything you say?
I'm making you drink?
Well, okay, sweetheart, you had no hand in that.
I'm sorry I wasted your time, Mr. Featherland.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work?
Not in the slightest.
Then why all of this?
I just can't say no to Natasha.
Would she hurt you if you did?
No, of course not. She's my friend.
I see. Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other. Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything. Why don't you take it to the...
Please, take a look at...
Well, okay. Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino.
What the hell is...
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand.
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place. The good old... Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to...
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate...
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. I don't even know what these papers are. Every whiskey has the same... I need it. I promised myself... She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but... My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a... My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing. Books I'm never going to read. I don't seek... Maybe I'm just old. And while I'm clucking about nothing ever... Of all that's furry... I should be doing something, but I just stare out the window. I don't even know where the key is. Just a bunch of views. Just a... This is one of the most... Molly. The good things... M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. The wild gent... If only I were half as gutsy as these guys. Behind that door, my bed... Nothing in... I wanted to travel the... It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night? I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night. Phyllis and Royce. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. A fish...
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny. What you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop. Just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, gods. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement. Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jeffy's a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. Do you understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this Detective Buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon. Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So,
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to...
all right.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight. Hello to you too.
Holy wild ones. Look what the cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy as...
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints.
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right, all right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kinda lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
One of Blood Boil's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course. Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the... Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure... Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literal... Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first, I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly...
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're...
Thank you, Doc.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malone. This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try. Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always. Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know.
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Hey, there were 4 weapons here. Where are the others? You're not bringing them with you, I hope.
Oh, we're going to a bar, aren't we?
Yeah.
And?
A buffalo killer and 2 handguns? We're only there to sniff around.
Yeah, war, bar, what's the difference?
Of all that's furry, you know what? I don't...
That's the spirit.
Seriously.
Who said I have... I was just...
You're right.
I was just about to...
You're right.
I was just...
You're right.
Bye, Mandy.
You've named the poster.
You're one...
What, me? To a poster?
You know, the broad in the picture really was a cop.
Was? Why?
She shot herself while cleaning...
What a waste.
You know the
Watch. Marty, look. Hey, Marty.
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we...
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you.
Understandable.
But she also...
Ah, well,
if I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better...
Well, I think I'll take the...
Whatever, Sonny. So,
The pellets tore my right hip to pieces, so you...
Ah, good to hear.
Fuck off. Still drink
Yeah.
We could visit our old haunt.
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in.
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you with...
Oh, yeah, like last time?
Those were, different times, Marty. You don't have to come with...
Okay, I know. Sonny, there's a little...
Not so little.
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you.
What?
Just... The chief doesn't seem to be in a good...
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my...
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn. Nothing, sir. What a lovely...
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you...
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hat.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this?
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin.
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood.
Only on paper, and you know that very well.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick cup.
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first. We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys.
I'm afraid you're alone with...
Hey, don't make me change...
You won't, Marty.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys.
We're big birds, Monica.
Okay, but take care.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am. I see.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't...
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good...
No, yeah, that's true.
And you letting up?
Something like that.
That's true, pal.
Yeesh, get it.
Shut up, Marty.
What have you heard about...
Yeah, it is.
What do you know?
They say...
Attorney...
Why are you so interested?
It's just professional.
Yeah, of course.
As far as I remember...
You're a piece of shit, Sonny, you hear me?
Easy, chicken. I'll tell you everything soon.
If I already told you, it's up.
No, but that's always...
Look.
Why is it so...
The Midnight Man.
My time's too valuable.
And you're trespassing. Rules of system.
Who, us?
If you say so.
100...
Don't be...
Thanks for your... Look at these two simple.
They don't even realize that...
For the wild God's sake.
I already tried, but nothing...
Figures. You know, this says a lot of...
Yeah, maybe Blood Boil meant it as a deterrent, but it should...
Yeah, he was born into the wrong age. He belongs to a time when...
You're probably right. It...
If If it were up to him, only dogs would work at the
Blood Boil is an asshole. We couldn't dress up that fact even if we wanted to.
True.
Bam. The whole house of cards. How many days did we have our
About 3, I think, before
we? You crashed it. Don't blame it on me, Marty.
That's your problem, boss. You should be more careful with
Yeah, I've been paying attention to that. Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
This is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first we need to get in...
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community...
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus.
As you say, Bob. Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks...
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're...
that was...
It's not. Just bullshit.
Ooh, teach me.
When you're old and wise like me...
Wait, that was deep.
Maybe it was, Marty.
Amazing. Hey, that's your old friend.
Lewis.
To be honest, Sonny, I always...
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old...
Should I thank him?
Or kill him for it?
You're reading my mind, Bob.
Sonny!
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner.
You have no idea how happy I am.
Pleasure's all mine,
Lawrence? Anyways... So, the legendary chicken...
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone.
I see.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my...
Okay, then.
Whoa.
It is, Marty. A brand...
Of all that's furry.
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow... Jeez, look.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pit.
Yeah, I bet his...
Nah, he's definitely a...
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in. Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on the...
We're expected in the VIP...
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you...
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works.
Nothing's easier, sir.
The list. Yeah.
Don't tell me you...
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sir.
Yeah, right.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
What can you tell me about the First Lady?
You mean Miss Natasha?
You're right on point, Pat.
Nothing you don't know already.
Just try me.
Well, she...
And,
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to...
Say, big guy, you know...
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman.
Is that...
I'm afraid that is all, Miss...
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating.
Yes, indeed, but...
Oh! Oh! I get it.
Yeah.
No.
Much obliged.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse...
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong?
What? Did I say something? Is Luke...
Lewis.
Sir!
Everything's fine.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons...
L'archelamonde, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you.
Yes, gentlemen.
Hey, big guy.
My name is Archibald, sir.
Well, that's not a...
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Archie... What? No way.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt.
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure.
The Tsar Club welcomes you, gentlemen.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to...
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time. I was hoping to have missed the...
You're a rusty old cock.
So says...
But what?
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil... A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read his...
Fascinating. I didn't know...
Ha ha.
So, where the hell...
Let's ask that stud over there with...
that guy looks way...
Oh, man, your sense of humor...
You just need to get used to it again.
What if... Hey...
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls...
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly...
Sounds good. Like the...
Yeah, and was he... A man's best... I didn't mean him.
Oh, I see.
2 whiskeys, kid. And no...
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you got a drink.
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a...
Yes, sir. Coming right. That wasn't a...
As I recall, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a
of all the furry...
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so...
So we're confiscating it?
Yeah.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest... Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but... Laura's father went to that guy when his...
You're treading on thin ice.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know?
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge?
Look,
Good. And let it stay there.
At least we're cracking this one together.
Sure. Well, well. If it isn't the...
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name.
Okay. Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with the Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young. Okay, fair enough.
I know the feeling, pal.
We stick out. Man, you look terrible. Like someone who's sat...
Don't even ask. I feel exactly...
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes. Just...
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys.
Any useful
For free?
Stop clucking around.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you.
Good to see you too, old pal. This guy is certainly not...
Of course he's not. You think this is one of those...
Yep, just like...
You're old.
Huh. Another lupus move.
Whoa, don't... Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Watch your...
Don't mind me.
No
remember the name,
Marty.
Shh. Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of black...
Hey,
What? Yeah?
I don't give a shit.
Isn't that...
Yes, it is. The great...
You think he noticed it?
Only if he's not...
Great.
Just act nonchalant.
No.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The rooster copper's in...
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so.
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken...
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just...
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do you...
Yeah, so,
Cut the crap, Marty.
Oh.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must...
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard...
We've got a few questions.
I'm at your service.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's...
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit...
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings.
I wouldn't call that an average life.
How dare you speak to Mr. Leave it, Olivia, dear.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective. But the name of his family...
Is that still worth...
The name is just their name, of course. But they mean behind the name...
You're a pragmatic...
Thank you. Look, detective...
All right, Mr. Wessler. Has your assistant been...
Are you talking?
Yes, I'm...
Let me answer your question, then. I've been in Mr...
Oh, just, rude...
It sounded rude.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Look, detective...
All right, Mr.
Don't be shy, detective.
All right, Mr. Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about... How did you feel when you heard about...
Honestly, I found...
And?
Now I'm kind of interested. But I wouldn't call it...
Good point.
Thank you.
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why didn't you just...
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that?
Harassment makes for a case.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face.
Your lawyers are too good for...
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Why would anyone...
I don't know,
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally get...
Very much so, Miss... Wessler is tougher than I thought. Andy's secret... Were there any... I mean...
I don't know about enemies, but she's a celebrity. A star shining bright.
Natasha doesn't feel...
I've noticed.
Do you think someone who...
Why not? It's quite...
It's a typical
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers bowing type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his...
I get it. Have there been some...
Right to the point, yeah?
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so...
You do that.
The mob boss...
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora?
A simple answer would...
You know, Natasha...
You don't remember?
Yeah. The millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here.
I guess she was...
The next day, she had the call.
Well,
there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and...
Do you live in...
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free...
How often?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, if you say so.
So, Natasha...
Yeah, I know what you get.
Illegal.
You got me there. Yeah, you...
Always putting it all on...
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always up.
So, get...
I don't see why not. But first...
Thank you for your time.
Well, I have no doubt about it.
Hey, we should, grab a cup.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen.
Oh.
Please, take a seat.
Sonny.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less?
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance. Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror.
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but...
I was just trying...
Oh, really?
Don't mention it. This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure. Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but this stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty. Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk. But yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well...
Well...
That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
You're damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the
Someone?
Have you ever had dealings with...
Not in this city.
And otherwise...
Does it really matter?
Maybe it does. More than...
I'm afraid you'll have to unwrap...
Do you have a light...
I'm sorry.
Really?
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work.
Why did you name it the Zod?
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Stavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders. Here, no. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one. May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, you love him?
In my own way, yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny, but if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah. You're a real angel. Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it. woman's aware. Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry.
So this is where the You're right.
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, Pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be. You're right.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, man.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kinda good in Death of the You know,
exactly 12 years. Oh, yep.
I see.
I don't remember.
You're a clucking poet.
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino. Do you happen to know where Mr.
Do you take me for a fool?
Okay. Hey, Mon.
What?
Ah,
piss off.
Nah. Hey, Big Nose. Where did Mr.
Unfortunately, Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritant?
Anything else? Yes.
We're not here.
You know, Sonny,
I wouldn't mess with...
You're telling me.
Come to daddy, dog. Come to... We stepped into it, we stepped in... Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Those names, all top dogs.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Philmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie. Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy. It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea.
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Should we take it?
Hell no. I'll buy you one if you want. This is police business.
Do you mean the real cops? Do you think...
I'm almost certain. My crest is tingling.
Damn it. Well, thank God I have a weapon on me. Or two.
When do you not have one?
Fair point. Chicken police. Hands up.
Marty, that's enough. Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
What, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
It's the Nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures. She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful, almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city, but in the end, its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured. But what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them.
Amen to that.
Does this fireplace seem...
It looks like it's never been used.
And the place has radiators in every room, meaning that...
Then why the fireplace? For
It's not like Natasha, and Ibn doesn't have enough money for... Does this fireplace... And the...
Then what?
It's not... It's an exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion. Nice.
Yeah, it really...
Nice.
Yeah.
The message. Here, too.
Yes, but this isn't about Deborah, and wasn't...
It was meant for
Obviously. I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of...
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is. There's nothing else you... SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from.
This must be Natasha's family.
Wealthy.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre. But I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty. Look at those clothes. Could it be...
Maybe. Or Stavonian...
Your intuition always astounds me, Marty.
And there you go.
We can...
Yes, sir, boss. This, does it mean anything?
They say
you don't think...
Let's take a closer look. Molly loved things like...
How about this one here?
Don't even finish. Molly loved...
How about...
Don't...
Damn. Just...
You have a point.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, it's a riddle.
But it doesn't make...
An idle whim, or...
Maybe.
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hand? What are you trying to tell me now?
Nice.
Yeah. We should call the department.
And do you still remember the number?
Cretin. Of course.
Is it? Since when?
Since they invented the...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Clawville PD, how can I help you?
I found a corpse. A woman. She's dead. Cold. The address is Rochester Street, 37, Flowerville.
Sir, please, would you repeat that?
Rochester Street, 37. Write it down and hurry up for the sake of the wild ones. Hurry! Hurry!
Like a pro.
Yep, like I've done it before.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot.
How can you forget a case like that? How many times have you seen a 3-headed monkey in your life?
I have a memory of a chicken, you know?
That's for sure. Now let's get the hell out of here. Molly. 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 What are you trying to tell me? What are you...
Nice.
Yeah. Molly. What are you trying... What are you...
You wrote that down?
It burned into my... What are you trying... What are you trying to tell me, Natasha? What are you... Come to Daddy. We stepped into it. I haven't dusted you off in a while. Ironic, but... SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company. Molly, my ex-wife. What do you have to do with all this? What are you trying to tell me, Natasha? What are you trying to...
Hello there.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of... It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden,
So a piece of a painting?
It's too illegible to be a...
Maybe Natasha can help us.
Well, that's if we find her.
True. Then what?
We could do that, but I think we should gather...
You know what? After all...
Right answer. We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it secret from us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far. So, how did this whole case start? These are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that. There was something Natasha didn't speak about. Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret. What could we do with this list? I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end. So, the card is, maybe...
But the list Philmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names.
Lamar!
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis.
Of course, it's Lewis.
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping...
You know his number?
By heart. 55...
Oh, you are...
If there are book... You know... Well, don't you... No, there...
yes.
Yeah, but I'm not...
No shit.
I think there's family stuff in...
Huh.
What?
Nah, the work. The buzz. The phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something...
I'm not...
Hey.
Yeah...